Good morning, troopers. Coach Micheal Burt, 8:02 on, what is today? Wednesday, January 6th. And man, am I excited today. I'm headed from Nashville, Tennessee to the Lodge in Christiana, Tennessee for Flip the Switch boot camp. We've got people coming in from all over the country, monster producers gathering. Right out of the gate, folks. We're not messing around. Right out of the gate. Good morning, Kevin Jones. Good morning, folks. Hope everybody's up and running. I'm sure you are. It's Wednesday, January 6th. As I said, I'm headed to the Lodge. Good morning, Justin. To coach over the next 2 days on my concept about PreDrive. We've got a nice crowd that's coming in from all over the country. We're going to be coaching. And last night, Brian Covey, I was at the Greatness Factory of Nashville. And we were bringing people in to exchange and interview and talk about, working with Micheal Burt Enterprises, working with the Greatness Factory. And man, I'm telling you, just sitting up there last night with those views and that energy, and it reminded me of, man, why your environment matters to your success. Mark and Sonia Turner, environments matter, and placing yourself in environments. And there was a young kid that came and he said, man, I know there's these 5 activators of PreDrive. Good morning, Michael, pardon. There's these 5 activators of PreDrive, and man, embarrassment is mine. He's like, man, I'm 28 years old and I'm just, coach, embarrassed by where I am versus where I'm capable of being. And Lisa, that's okay. That's good. Doesn't matter to me what flips the switch, folks, in your life. What matters to me is that the switch is flipped. But what I'm telling you this morning is, man, the environment you place yourself in really matter. And that's why when you come to the Lodge, when you come to the Greatness Factory, when you create an environment of expectation, of success, of energy, of, like you're moving, the environment can activate the PreDrive. If you're in environments that have low expectation, low energy, like a lot of complaining, whining, we've all been in them, folks. We've all been in those toxic environments where we can't thrive. So think about it like with your kids. You want your kids to be in an environment that they can thrive in. You want them to have the best coaching, the best instructors, the best of everything. Well, the same thing, really, John Cunningham, is true of us, man, is that the environments we create and place ourselves in. So for these people that have come from all over the country, they're coming to the Lodge, man, what I think they're doing is for 2 days, they're going to focus on their future. They're going to focus on activating their PreDrive. And what is that worth at the end of the day, Victoria and April, to have to understand the psychology of how to activate that drive every day, how to want to do something big. So we had one person that came last night and just stood there and looked at it, and she was like, man, this is the environment I've been looking for. Like, this reminds me of energy, because if you come to the new Greatness Factory, man, it's overlooking downtown Nashville and Titan Stadium, and it's just gorgeous. I mean, and at night, the bridge is lit up, and man, it's an environment. The environment activates the PreDrive. So, all right, let's go. We got a guy who has a permanent office there who said, man, I'm going to bring my team over here. And I said, why are you getting a permanent office here in the Greatness Factory? And he said, and he walked over to the edge and he said, I want my team to see this and know that there's plenty of opportunity. Folks, you don't need more money, you need more people. The people have the money. Create environments that attract people to you. Went to a restaurant on New Year's Eve, worst experience I've ever had. And the environment, I don't know if in 44 years of living, folks, I don't know if I've ever experienced something like this. Halfway through the evening, the waitress said, I don't even work here. This is the first time I've ever been to this restaurant. I don't know the menu. I don't know the wine list. I don't know anything. And it was so interesting because that's a leadership problem. The environment is one of low expectation. I remember 10 years ago, if you guys in Nashville, it was a place called Cabana. And I remember 10 or 15 years ago, man, you could not get in that place. You couldn't, like it was this cool thing where they had private cabanas and you could, eat there privately, and people were moving and music going. Like, it was one of the hottest places in Nashville. Today, the environment has gone entropic. So think of your energy, Kelly, as I'm dynamic, right? I'm dynamic based on the environments I'm in. I'm static, which means I'm stuck, bored, complacent, in a rut, no growth. Or I'm entropic, like I just got no energy, man, to go do it. I believe when you get in an environment, when you come to that lodge today, those people that are coming, the energy's going, the music's going, the lights are going, right? The energy is like, well, I'm going to something. I remember going to T.D. Jakes' church, the Potter's House in Dallas, Texas, first time. And I was going to T.D. Jakes' church, and man, it's like 10,000 people trying to get in, trying to run in the door. Because right? And I'm like, this is like I'm going to a concert. Like, this is crazy. And then I got into that church. There were thousands of people rushing to get seats, right? Think about when you go to your church, if it's like this. Thousands of people, and they're sitting people down, and the music's going, and they're priming the group. And then, right? And then T.D. Jakes comes out, and man, he works that environment, and people were laughing and crying. And man, it was just this incredible experience. And I'll never forget the experience. And that is what I'm trying to create at my events. Okay? Mike Dole on my team handles video for me, branding. He's handling the imaging of the New Greatness Factory. He came to flip the switch last time. And he said after the first break, I walked outside and just cried like a baby. And I called my wife and I said, this is it. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know this is the guy who can help me. How powerful is that, man? Here's a guy that was laid off from his work. He's got a family and kids. He comes to flip the switch. We talk about the activation of PreDrive, and literally after the first session, he goes outside, breaks down. That creates a breakthrough. He comes and interns for me for 90 days for free, shows me what he can do, and then ends up being the guy that handles the whole build out of the Greatness Factory. Isn't that such a cool story? Megan Farrell on my team came to flip the switch. Young, hungry, hustler, comes to flip the switch, boom. Ends up being my director of customer engagement. I'm telling you, there's something special. I call it structures of exchange, Sean Vernon, where you bring people together, you allow activation to take place, and it bonds and cements people when they go through this experience together. So I really want to encourage you, for those of you that are working from home, I understand this time of year why you're working from home, but man, create environments. When I built my house, I have a separate detached office, and I had a cabin in the mountains for years that looked out at the mountains, had these big windows, and man, I'm like, man, when I build my office, I want those windows all the way. I want windows down the whole side so I can look out at the creek. I can look out at the back. I can be inspired. I want to get in environments that activate my PreDrive. That's why I go to the mountains. That's why I go to the ocean. It's like what I'm going to be teaching today came from a breakthrough I had during the Christmas break. 11:30 at night, I'm listening to an incredible song by Jason Isbell, and man, I'm like, man, I got to sit down and write this out. This is powerful stuff. I'm sitting there, I'm crying, I'm laughing. It's 11:30 at night. I'm just writing as fast as I can about PreDrive. Like, this is how you activate it. This is all the areas you can do it. How does this play into it, right? Like, I'm having these huge revelations. Now, my job as a coach is to bring those big revelations to this experience that these people are coming to today over the next 2 days at my lodge. That is what I'm trying to do. So, Ricky King, Sean Vernon, I urge you, get in environments where Jay Cash, get in environments. Jay Cash is a member at the New Greatness Factory. He's a member of Monster Health. He's doing an $18 million auction coming up. Like, man, get in these environments. The reason I go to F45 in the mornings, it's an environment, right? The reason I get out and walk around Nashville in the morning to get my PreDrive going, it's an environment. I just can't let my PreDrive go dormant, folks. I have to get up and push and create and move towards something. And you need to be in environments. And if you're in relationships where people suppress that PreDrive and they tell you don't push, don't, take it easy and relax. People told me that my whole life, guys. People my whole life have told me, slow down, relax, enjoy the ride. I'm like, man, that ain't me. That ain't who I am. I'm a dynamic person, Micheal Burgess. I'm trying to do big things. We're selling a bigger future. So create environments or get yourself in environments where you can personally thrive in. Had a real estate agent in our coaching program call me the other day. We coach people from all walks of life, by the way. And he said, man, I've got these 3 opportunities to do this and this and this. And my answer is, which environment can you thrive in the most? That's the environment you need to go to. You got a young real estate agent down in Florida who's went to one company that didn't pay any attention to him, that didn't give him any coaching or training. He's just out there on his own, Dre. Just out there on his own, man, trying to make it. I said, man, you got to get an environment where they'll pour into you, where you'll get training, where you'll get coaching, where you'll get better, where you can activate that drive every single day. The environment and the expectation matters, okay? And don't get caught up in, does everybody like you? Does everybody feel good? Is everybody happy? Like, that ain't what this is about. I didn't win championships, folks, as a coach saying, hey, this make everybody happy right here. We're going to do this. No, we're not. It's not going to make everybody happy when we're running wind sprints and we're lifting at 4:30 in the morning. But it sure is going to be happy when you stand out in the middle of that court and you're the number 1 team in Tennessee. You sure are going to be happy when you made the most money you've ever made in your life, folks. You sure are going to be happy when you accomplish your goals. You're going to hate the process, but you're going to love the result. You're going to hate the process sometimes, but you're going to love the result. That is environment. And that's why you got to place yourself. So, having said that, if you're not coming to a boot camp with me, get your booty to a boot camp. Get in the room with me. Come, right? Okay? Get in the room with me. And I promise you guys, it will be a game changer for you. January 20th, I'm doing a virtual summit. 3 hours on the psychology of PreDrive. What activates it? How do you find it? How do you get it back once you've lost it? How do you use it in closing, selling, relationships? I'll even get into the faith piece of it. Where does God come into PreDrive? What is ambition? What is healthy ambition? What is unhealthy? What's the dark side of PreDrive? Like, really, really, we're going to go deep that day to help unlock something in you. So flip the switch, virtual boot camp. We're going to do this, folks, January 20th. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. I got some big moves I'm making, folks. Y'all going to be hearing about pretty soon. Greatness Factory's opening. Licensing of Greatness Factories. Just some incredible momentum. And that's my hope for you. You have incredible momentum in your life. And the only way to build it is by getting up and going, baby. It don't happen by being stagnant. I assure you. So, let's have a great day. I'm headed to that lodge. Folks, I'm coming. And I'm ready to activate that drive. Have a great day.